ВДНХ entrance is straight ahead, but yeah, the subway metro station is right there. But this is the Museum of Cosmonautics right here, so why don't we go check it out? With this beautiful rocket as a background, it's a really cool place to go, I'm sure, and see the history of Soviet and Russian space exploration. Here's a schedule for the museum. You can see it's closed Mondays. Mondays it's closed. Do not come here on Monday. And if you want to check out their website, it's right here. cosmo-museum-.ru. Looks like this is a gift shop. Yeah, oh, very nice. Super cool. Okay, so that's the prices. An adult ticket is 450 rubles, which is about 4.5 euros. And a family of 2 adults and 2 children can get a ticket for 1300 rubles, which is 13 euros. Not bad for a family of 4, 13 euros. Скажите, пожалуйста, тут написано на телефон снимать бесплатно, а вот на такую камеру сколько?
На камеру там написано.
А там написано, я не заметил, сколько там. And there was a bit of a confusion. The lady at the cash register wasn't quite sure if I would be allowed to film using this GoPro type camera, because it says there on a board that only filming on a phone is free, and I asked her what about a camera. She looked in her paper, said professional filming is 12,000 rubles an hour, so that's 120 euros give or take. And I'm like, well, this is not a professional film. And she's like, how do I know? So she called a supervisor, and supervisor looked at this camera and also looked at my still camera, which is this guy here, and said, of course, by all means, go ahead. I mean, everyone's doing it. I'm like, yeah, but the lady did not know it because it only said, you know, filming by cell phone is free. And he's like, no, go right ahead. So in case you're given a hard time by a lady or whoever at the cash register, just ask for a supervisor, administrator, and hopefully the confusion will be cleared. Then you just have to go through the metal detecting equipment, and the gentleman manning it asked to see inside the backpack. And that was it, we're in. This is a space museum in Moscow, Russia, near VDNKh Exhibition Center. This is Nicholas Copernicus, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Mr. Copernicus. Followed by Giordano Bruno. Followed by Galileo Galilei. Vending machine, you can buy space food. I see prices range from 215 to 500 rubles, so about 2 to 5 euros. And this particular package contains chicken shawarma, followed by meat with buckwheat, followed by cream of the mushroom soup. So yeah, if you want to check out the kind of food available in space, this is the place to come and do it. It's right next to Mr. Einstein. And this is Mr. Lomonosov, a very, very famous Russian scientist who actually has Moscow State University named after him, Mr. Isaac Newton, and his famous apple. We'll remember his apple, right? Which apparently fell on him. And Mr. Kepler. Hello, Mr. Kepler. Looks like this is the main exhibit area. And we need to go through the entrance point just a bit further down. Went through the checkpoint, and actually that's where they check your tickets. So if you want to taste cosmic food without purchasing a ticket, you can approach that vending machine without paying 450 rubles for the ticket to see the exhibit. Yeah, how about that? Space Museum exhibit in Moscow, Russia. And that's a Soviet newspaper from April 12, 1961, celebrating Yuri Gagarin's flight into space. Mr. Gagarin was the first human in space, a source of great pride for all the Soviet and now Russian people. Prior to that, the only living beings, only living beings in space were, I think, two dogs, and they survived. So that's how it became clear that chances are a human can survive as well, and Mr. Gagarin did just that. He survived the very first flight into space, and that's a very cool picture of an alien landscape. Yeah, I definitely remember dreaming about space, reading science fiction, Soviet science fiction back in the day, and it was an amazing experience. Just, back then we didn't have internet, TV was pretty boring, it was only 2 channels, and nothing too exciting on it most of the time. And yeah, reading books was the way to dream big, and definitely reading about space. Reading about space was one of my favorite pastimes, as well as I'm sure millions of other Soviet children back in the day. And now we have so much entertainment that, yeah, I guess dreaming of space and space exploration is not what it used to be, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Definitely much progress has occurred since those times. Now we have much more affordable space flight, and you can actually go into space as a tourist. And Mr. Musk is thinking about setting up a colony on Mars, so we'll see how that will go. But yeah, these are again exciting times for space exploration. And yeah, if you have a child, this is a great place to visit to have that child perhaps develop interest in the space industry and start dreaming big. Perhaps become a space explorer one day. Not quite sure what this circle signifies, but I do see a fish and some humans. Oh, I think it signifies constellations. Constellations. Very nice. And this gentleman, oh, that's Mr. Gagarin, I think, yeah? Or one of the cosmonauts, but yes, it's quite an amazing figure. Let's take a picture here. There's Mr. Gagarin greeting people after his flight. And there's a guided tour, looks like it.
Причем это не просто спутник Земли, как первый спутник, да, у которого только радиопередатчик, термоизмеритель и аппаратура, 4 антенны. А здесь самая настоящая летающая в космосе лаборатория 12.
Oh yeah, speaking of, remember we mentioned 2 dogs in space, so here they are. This is Белка, this is Стрелка. Into the next hall, it's actually just to the left of this painting, which we liked so much. It's another hall here, a bunch of different exhibits. Yeah, you see how cosmonauts used to be greeted before. Now it's very routine, like back in the day. It was a huge deal. They were decorated as heroes. They were given all kind of benefits which were not available to regular citizens, because if you were a prominent person in the Soviet Union, you were given access to perhaps better food, better apartments, maybe you were even given a car, which was very rare for a private Soviet citizen to own a car. Here we have some paintings, very pretty paintings. Not quite sure what this has to do with space, but these are very pretty paintings. Oh, I see. That makes sense now. So these paintings were created by a very prominent Russian cosmonaut, Alexei Leonov. So he was also a very good painter. Mr. Leonov was the first human in outer space. He actually exited from the rocket. So Mr. Gagarin was the first human in space, but Mr. Gagarin did not come out of his spacecraft. He remained inside all the time. And Mr. Leonov actually did go out. He was the first human who did so. And here is his Mr. Leonov's decorations. He obviously been a very prominent explorer and very brave explorer. He was decorated many times, including a hero of the Soviet Union. You see